Welcome to another episode of Locals Doing Local Things. Today I have three very special guests, owner Arik Housley, Gary Tovar, and Javier Moreno. The players and the owner are here today to discuss this opening season that is very anticipated after a long year waiting of COVID. But hey, what's up, guys? How are we feeling? How are we feeling for tomorrow?
We're feeling good. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, bro.
I appreciate it.
Excited.
Appreciate you guys having us.
Well, let's get started with the introductions. Obviously, Arik, you've been here. Your roots are in here in Napa and the creation of Napa. Tell us a little bit more of this. I should have done this like years before on the first season. But what does 1839 mean? How could you express this? The love for the culture here in Napa transferred over to a soccer team, and to get the audience pumped up for this next game.
It's funny because when growing up here, I was El Solo Güero at Yountville School and just loved soccer because we couldn't play much. Like we weren't around. It wasn't popular back when I was a kid, which is, I was graduating high school before these two young bucks on the bottom side of my screen were even playing or were even born yet. So just loved the sport. My goal with doing something in the community is I want to see Napa versus Vintage in the state finals because I feel we have enough talent in our little island here. And I love the community and the excitement of doing this for the kids to give them a pathway to possibly to try to strive to be like Gary and Javi and so many others that get a chance to play here and hopefully someday on like Lalo and others. We started out, and the concept with 1839 was the year that George Yount planted roots, where he planted the first grapevines here. So Napa Valley is known for its beauty, its elegance, its food, its wine, its culture. And for us, it was a chance to do our soccer culture here, and it made it sound way more established than 2017. So that was exciting for us to do it. And Chris Payne, who designed the logo for us with all the cool details of the logo and the designs of the jerseys and everything he does is pretty amazing stuff. So we're very excited about the brand and what we're doing.
Oh, yeah, I'm very excited for this. Obviously, a lot of fans came up when we heard that Memorial Stadium was going to be the place to be at for the games. So are we going to see a continuation of this growth, which is what we're projecting for more fans to come out and support this team? Something that example for me, Gary, I'll talk to you more about it. But we never saw this opportunity. Me in high school, we didn't have that 1839, but like you said, it's a great opportunity and a great platform for players to expand their skill set. But Gary, how do you feel now that you have this chance? I know your high school career was a little bit different than mine. We got to play in college and we get a little bit of Sunday league. But now, how does it feel wearing this jersey, this 1839 jersey for you?
I mean, it's special. It's a blessing to be able to represent your city, the place where you were born, where you spent most of your childhood on a competitive level playing the sport that you love. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. It's a platform that many that have came before us wish was around back when they were playing, but now that it is, around in the present time, we have to take advantage of it. The ownership, the staff, they provide all the necessary tools and probably even more than we need to put on a good show, to wear that jersey. And I mean, pride is what comes to mind whenever I see the logo or whenever I get the chance to put on that jersey.
That's great. And for Javier, you're coming from the East Coast. More specifically, you're coming from Spain. How does it feel to come all the way across and come to this town? And now you're a local. You're almost here 2 years. How does it feel to wear the jersey for you? Is it something different?
I think in a sense, I've been able, I'm fortunate to play in different teams. I played in Atlanta, in North Carolina, in Spain, and in different areas. And there's a special feeling here in Napa. It's not only from the town, but also the people that are involved in the organization and in the community. So I think in that sense, it feels like home. So you know, it's very important for you as soon as you reach, you know, the training sessions or the game, you know, to feel identified with the culture of the club, because like that, you know, you're more competitive about it, and also you take it more seriously. So in that sense, for me, I think, like Arik said, it's a special town with a special kind of talent and also atmosphere, and that's what it drove me to be here and to be able to compete, and also feel like a family, which to me was probably one of the most important things for myself.
I'm guessing Eric had to be a big part in this process. Say, hey, we'll give you some wine if you come join us. Or it was, how was that? How was the contract negotiations for that?
Let's put it that way. There was some wine, yeah. And he can show you right now. We have wine for the players. You know, of course, you know, we don't drink it before games. After games, if we do well, we win. You know, we have some cases. And also plays a big role in being part of the community. You know, it's good food, good wine, but also a very nice people and a very welcoming community.
Definitely. No, yeah, that it's two sides right there. Gary growing up here, like you said, there's people that wish they had this opportunity now that we have it. Javier too, coming from a different prospect. But Eric, how important is it for you to see this team, this chemistry work, locals, and then players coming out? I know Paris Martin's coming from Chicago and other people around the country. How do you project this to work? What do you expect for this season? What's your end goal?
You know, I mean, I would love to say that it was all Napa players and everybody was born and raised here and that kind of stuff. And sometimes the problem with that is it really lacks culture or diversity. So even having Ivan Saku in the past coming, that's how actually we met Javi, because they had played on the East Coast together. And Paris coming out from, he was with Michigan, actually when we played against them in the Members Cup, and he wanted to come out here and try a California stint, and has come out and got working at my family's tasting room, and he's been kind of planted himself in the community too. As much as we would love to see it, we want to see as many Napa players as possible, but the best way to showcase Napa players is to surround them with the best players we can, and then they can showcase themselves. And so we need to make sure we put out the best product on the field, because our vision of the club is to provide family fun entertainment that's soccer centric. You know, we want families to want to come out to Dodds Stadium, to Justin Siena, and you know, mom and dad can have a beer or a glass of wine if they want it. The kids are in the kid zone, stuff's going on at halftime, and they get a good product of soccer on the field. And it's guys like Gary and Javi that they work very hard even on their off days, out training. Javi's actually staying with me right now at our house. And every day, even on his days off, he's out doing fitness stuff and all to stay fit and to do some recovery exercises certain days and all. And it's really it's interesting to see, but we're very excited to see how it goes. And we feel like we're going in the right path for the community, both on the field and off the field.
That's a great answer. I know Mark wasn't able to be here, but I'll say this now. He's going to be on the show next week to reflect on what happens tomorrow. But you know, he has been telling me that the squad that you guys have right now is competitive. So unfortunately, you guys won't have me on the field tomorrow, and I'm not going to be there, your starting striker. But do you guys have a clue of maybe who's going to be on there? Could we get a little taste for the fans? Starting, maybe Gary could call out the midfielders, Javier the defenders, and
Javier wants me up top. He needs a target man, and it doesn't get this much bigger of a target. So
yeah, I mean, having Arik up there right now wouldn't be a bad idea. You know, he's high off his Chelsea Champions League win, you know, so he's motivated. He's motivated.
Right. Chelsea taking that Champions. But yeah, I know I've been going off and on since the beginning of the creation of the team, and we've seen some people come back. Obviously, Gary is one of them, but any other players that sound familiar? I know Marco Reyes is there, Sebi, Sal Gomez is there. Who else could I name that the fans are going to be expecting tomorrow?
Yes, Ballone's been with us from probably day one, almost more than anybody. Manzo is there, Marco Manzo. Oh gosh, there's quite a few more names right now. The roster is pretty heavy. It's early in season, so everybody's coming out. Then it becomes the commitment level to see who sticks around. We have Sucre from American Canyon, who's going to be and played here in Napa with youth clubs. And Manzana is on the roster as well. I don't know. That would be a question for Coach Mark, because I haven't been privy to all those details yet. We've been so busy doing the off-field preparation of licensing and stuff, just dealing with that. So I trust that he's doing it, and we're very excited with the amount of effort that he's putting in. The players seem very excited with his training regimen, how things are going. And so we've just tried to let him kind of do the on-field and give him any support we need, and then wait to see what happens from there. So.
No, yeah, I'm guessing you're really busy. Always, if it's not with the team, I'm no Ranch Market at times. I see you there, so I know you stay busy. But maybe that's why Gary and Javier could probably tell us a little bit more. How competitive is your squad? Is it different from the other past years that you guys seen a little bit more of competition? Because I know the last time I went to a trial, it looked a little bit more competitive. But this last year, this 2021, I wasn't there for the tryouts to just check out the competition, but like I said, I've heard that there's like 10 midfielders or something like that fighting for 2 spots. Is that what I'm hearing? How's the competition and training?
Well, to say the least, it's competitive, but I think it's a notch above competitive. Ever since we participated in the Members Cup, we kind of put Napa Valley out there for the whole country to see. And like Arik said, who doesn't want to come to Napa, whether it be to play, whether it be to vacation. And to be honest, competition is perfect for a club like ours. We need competition because that establishes a certain type of culture, a winning culture, that nothing is going to be given to you, and that you have to work hard regardless, whether you're on the field, whether you're off the field, whether you're selected or whether you're not selected. You continuously have to work hard. And then also there's no room for complacency. No one is safe. So having competition like we do this year is awesome, and it's probably been the most competitive it's been since the last 2 seasons that we've been playing. So, from my end, I think we're highly competitive this year, and we should be seeing favorable results in our honor.
¿Y tú, Javier?
Well, I think it's all about competition. Not only the league that you're playing in, but also within the team. We have very talented individuals, but also we're hungry to play, because it's been a long year. Many of us haven't been competing for a whole year, and now it's time to feel the fans, get the atmosphere. We train and we work so hard during preseason, so we can perform during this season. So in that sense, I think I see the team ready to compete. I'm also excited to see what's the level of the other teams, because at the end of the day, you have to compare yourself to your rivals. But once again, there's plenty of talent in this team, and people that want to work hard and earn the spot. And like Gary said, no one is safe. You gotta make sure that you train every day and you put in the work.
Well, in this case, I'm sure since, like you said, a lot of people been out of the game, they haven't been able to participate. But I think that goes both ways towards Davis as well. In this case, the 2019 champions. Does that make any difference for you guys, or does that just mean you guys are going to come out stronger with that chip on your back coming up, opening up game with a bunch of fans there? That's what we anticipate. But like I said, they recently had a 2-1 win over Academia SC, which is another team that is going to be as well in a season with you guys. But how are you guys feeling? Arik, obviously you could probably answer as well from your standpoint. How are you feeling coming in and playing the champions?
I think, we came out last season with a win against Farolito, which is known in the Bay Area of always having strong lineups. I think 2 of their starting players were former national team players. Their right back he was a beast, like just big and strong. Sorry, I keep seeing my son walking around behind Javi in the back. It's just making me laugh. Honestly, the difficulty with the NPSL is part of the beauty of it as well, and that is the fact that Academica to this time still hasn't been able to beat us since they've started. We've been their nemesis, and I like to give the ownership over there that don't worry, Academica can't beat us. We can be in last place, and Academica is not beating us. But I think I agree with Gary. I'm really excited to see the level of competition. Huge shout out to Gary and one or two others maybe here locally. Gary stayed super fit in the off season. I think, did you even run a marathon, or you were so super, close to it? Some people really did not take care of themselves and stay fit. So when the time came to start getting immediately back on the field when we got clearance, it happened fast. So some people are still working their way back in, and that's okay because they're working hard. But I'm not too worried about Davis. I mean, the thing with the NPSL is, one of their key players, Ona Power, played with us in the Members Cup and traveled with us and played in all of our games. And I think he's only with them for 2 games, and then he's moving to LA to get on a team down there. So the rosters just changed so drastically. And even for us, 2 of our key players as well that were with us last year, Jerry and Jorge Luis. Jerry's out with double yellow at the last of the last game last season. So he's out this game. And he's a great training player. He works really hard, good attitude with the team. So I think there's a great amount of competition. Not really worried about Davis. I think we could beat or lose any team in the Golden Gate Conference because it's just a good conference. And I think there's enough talent in each of the teams. It's just going to depend on the day. And if the referee decides to not get really crazy and start giving yellow cards for looking at him wrong or something crazy. So
Gary and Javier, how do you guys feel about this opponent?
Well, you got to give them respect. They're the former champions, so you have to give them the respect they deserve. They're obviously a very, very strong team, but at the same time, so are we. And when you play a team like Davis that has that title of being the former champion, you've got nothing to lose. You go out there with nothing to lose and play every minute like it's your last. It's an exciting home opener, in my opinion. Getting to play at home after a year against the former champs, a team that we've battled it out with, that we know personally in terms of some players that have came out here to play with us. So it should be an exciting home opener, to say the least. And I'm extremely confident in our guys that will go out there and get the job done.
Javier?
Yeah, well, from a standpoint, I think we know clearly how we want to play. We're working on our defense, our offense, our transition. So we know exactly what we're supposed to do. Now, it's a matter of time of all the work and everything. It's putting it on the game field. Of course, we have a few ideas of how the opponent is going to play, but we have a game plan for ourselves. And I think, we have to trust that game plan. Once again, we have very talented players. Many things can happen that are out of our control, whether it's the referee, the wind, the sun, whatever it might be. But, whereas the way that we want to play, each player their own responsibility and roles, we know clearly. And now, we're just very excited to get out of the field and start playing.
No, yeah, I think we're all eager for this long wait. Arik, anything to pump up the fans for tomorrow? What could we let them know? Anything in advance?
Our starting defensive center midfielder is a super handsome guy. We're just excited about getting the community back and taking a company who's super supportive of our community, Perfect Puree. And a lot of people don't know them because it's kind of a restaurant service provider of fruit purees to high-end bars and bakeries and such. They're super supportive of our community, and for them to basically pay for the first 200 people to come in at $10 a person to be able to get into the game. That's pretty exciting for them to just say, hey, we want to get Napa Valley back out. Like, we got through this together. We got through COVID. It's been crazy. It's been stressful. A lot of people have been dealing with mental health or struggling, and that's okay. And what we need to do now is say we're getting through it, and we just need to trust. And wherever that trust falls for you, whether it be in God or in your family or your friends or in yourself, we need to trust the fact that we're going to be okay. And I think taking what Perfect Puree has done and said to the community, like, hey, come out to the game, come out and enjoy it. I'm super excited to what Javi and the team and Coach Mark and Gary and everybody are working on, that I feel that they are going to put out a great product tomorrow. And we're confident that we're going to get the win, but we're confident that we're going to play well tomorrow either way. And we're excited that the community can kind of get out and be human again in some ways, as long as we still try to keep some distancing, even in the beer garden.
That's great news. You guys here first. This is what we've been waiting for. 200 people to come in. That's a lot of money. That's a great sponsorship there. Again, if you guys had any doubts about coming in, the first 200 are coming in for free. What time do the gates open up, Arik?
Gates open at 5:30. Kickoff is at 7. We'll be serving Tannery Bend Brewing. We're going to be having some Monte Vista of their beer. Monte Vista, I think it's an IPA. I'm not sure. But we are also going to have some Modelo. We'll have michelada packs to go with it for the people that want to go that route. We're going to have multiple wines, including some of our wines that we're pouring, plus Mira, who's a great sponsor. La Condesa Taqueria will be there. We have an eloteria coming in to do some stuff. We've got brewed cookies. So it should be fun. It'll be, little kid zone, trying to keep everything sanitized and separate as much, and make sure we're handling it the way we should be for this game. And then as of the next game, we should be hearing from the state that things get loosened up a little bit. So we're excited to see, probably we're expecting about 500 fans there tomorrow. And then we're just going to do our best to make sure we keep everybody as distant as possible and sanitary and do what we got to do on the sidelines, because I think on the field, I can only imagine how exciting it is to get 500, 600, 700 fans, like just into the excitement of the game. And so, yeah, we're pretty excited about tomorrow. So,
man, it can't get any more Napa than that, right? Food, wine, and beer. And loteria, va a haber mucha comida, gente. I know there's a lot of people that tune in on my raza. The Hispanic community is big on this. Micheladas are there, guys. You guys heard it here. You guys got to be there. So the first 200 people, Gary and Javier, Zoom is giving me like 3-minute warning here, but any last words for you guys for tomorrow?
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Javi.
Well, I want to keep it short and sweet. I think it's, for us as a players, it's very important, the fans. It's about being there, about, being active. So we really appreciate and we can feel the support of the fans whenever they come. So for us, it's a big motivator to see the stands full of people cheering and helping out, especially, with the kids. We try to promote this because it really helps for us. And sometimes the fans can be a difference between getting a tie or winning. So, I really encourage everyone to come, and, I think it's going to be a very exciting game.
Gary?
And I'll piggyback on what he said, bro. The fans make a big difference in regards to sports in general. So having them behind us, having them there present, whether they're booing us or shouting at us to motivate us, it's only going to make the environment that much better. And it's going to make us as players more motivated and driven to win, given the fact that we play for them. We play for the crest and the people behind the crest and the whole county. So can't wait to see the fans out in the stands shouting for us.
I'm excited for that. Yeah.
I have to say that, well, you told us, like you said, Arik, that, we're something to pump up the fans. Well, we have a very handsome owner too. I want to say,
Josh.
It's not only the defensive midfielder, the owner is also very good looking. So,
Josh.
I encourage everyone to come and say hi to him.
You know, Javi, some women can't get past bald guys. I mean, sorry, you're gonna have to shave it if you want to give it a chance.
Yeah, chance, but not sure yet.
Pues ya estamos. I'm gonna be commentating there tomorrow. Vamos Napa. We'll see you guys there. I hope you guys enjoyed this and stay tuned because you guys are expected to be back on the podcast to talk more about this, bring more awareness. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us, bro.
You man.